It's the start of a new season for WWE, and we're going to give our predictions for the 2026 WWE season. We're talking Royal Rumble winners, who will survive at Elimination Chamber for that last ditch effort for a world title match at WrestleMania. We will give our predictions on the world title matches at WrestleMania and give our picks for who will win Money in the Bank this year. Before we get to the picks for the new WWE season, be sure to help us reach a Mania moment by hitting that 1,000 subscribers mark and let us know some of your predictions in the comments. Tagging my partner in, the historian, let's start with Royal Rumble. Who do you see winning the men's Rumble and the women's Rumble?
I think that next year with the Royal Rumble in Saudi, we're going to get two big Royal Rumble wins. Looking at the women's, I believe AJ Lee will win the women's Royal Rumble. It'll be her first Royal Rumble, and she'll win it. They didn't have the Royal Rumble during her time, so I think that's a big moment for her. For on the men's side, I think with it being in Saudi Arabia, you're going to have a star-studded Rumble, and I think that CM Punk is going to come out the winner for the men.
That's a good tidbit on AJ Lee never having the chance to win a Rumble, because when you told me that that's where you were heading, I was like, oh, that's interesting. AJ Lee didn't cross my mind for the women's. So for me, the women's Rumble winner is Bianca Belair. I'm literally just basing this off of, well, she is a superstar, but WWE likes to do the injured player comes back at Rumble, wins Rumble. It's a good way to introduce them back into the storylines and get them a huge pop on return. For the men, I'm going Roman Reigns. I think because it's in Saudi Arabia, they're going to want someone that is a huge mainstream star. And to me, that's the only one in WWE at the moment, minus Cody Rhodes. But I could be fanboying for Cody. He might not. Although, dude, he's in Street Fighter. He's probably got a bigger role than Roman in that movie. So, with the AJ Lee and CM Punk Royal Rumble wins, do you see a moment in the ring afterwards where they're both celebrating, kind of to like retcon the Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero moment at WrestleMania, where that's out of our minds forever, and now we have the image of these two?
Uh, yeah, I didn't go that deep into it, but I figured it would be like kind of a cool moment to have of a husband and wife celebrating winning the Royal Rumble. And yeah, that is then that's an image that they could kind of put into hype videos and stuff since they can't use that one anymore. So yeah.
Moving on to Elimination Chamber, who comes out on top there?
Well, I'm gonna take your Rumble pick, and I think that Roman Reigns is gonna win the men's Elimination Chamber. And then for the women, I think that Rhea Ripley is going to win the women's chamber. So you get those are your two big stars, I think, especially for the women, Rhea Ripley. So I think that those are two big wins.
I wanted to ask real quick about the Rumble, though, for predictions. Part of me is worried that at the Rumble, Jay turns heel in the match and costs Roman, and we get Roman face Jay at WrestleMania. Do you have any fear that WWE will go that route and we'll get another Jey Uso and Roman Reigns match?
I have no fear for that because that's the one thing I asked Santa Claus for Christmas this year is to end this main event Jey Uso push. So I'm confident.
So we got to thank the historian if Jay goes back to the tag team division. Him and Santa made it happen.
Thanks Santa.
Yeah. All right. For Elimination Chamber, my pick is for the women's side, Rhea Ripley. I just think she's been lately, and I think that that's not what WWE wants for her. So they will reestablish her in the main event scene. They'll set it up at Elimination Chamber. Now for the men, CM Punk. The moment that Elimination Chamber got announced for Chicago, I was like, oh, CM Punk's winning it there. Yeah. So we both on the same page here. Braun's winning the title. So I have Punk winning Elimination Chamber in Chicago. Now we have our elimination picks. We have our Rumble. What's the WrestleMania title matches?
Looking at the WrestleMania matches, we'll look at the women's side first. I had AJ Lee winning the Royal Rumble. Don't ask me how it gets there, but I see Liv Morgan as the women's world champion, so we get Liv Morgan and AJ Lee. And then because of that, with Rhea winning the women's chamber, that leaves her Jade Cargill. And I think you get these two like mega powerhouses for the women's title. And then uh, for my men's world title match, I have CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns, with them unifying the titles, and hopefully we get our Thanos back with Roman Reigns with both titles running WWE again.
I like that idea of Roman. Well, for one, he didn't say which title looked better. Two, I the brand split doesn't feel like it's a brand split when we get Cody on both shows.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna do that, like we might as well get rid of both world titles. So I'm a fan of that. Uh Rhea and Cargill would be sick. For me, the WrestleMania picks, okay. For the women, I just think Rhea Ripley and Stephanie Farcar is happening. Uh and I'm gonna base it on a term that I've heard from one of my younger coworkers, the Gooners. They are very much in love with the goth look, and WWE is gonna give them this like, oh hey, here's a goth girl, here's a goth girl. Sure, it's wrestling talent. They know what they're both, especially both those girls, very much play into the clipping of sex appeal in wrestling. That's we're getting that as a title match at Mania, I think. Then I had Bianca winning the Rumble. I think she challenges Jade. I think they have a storyline with the fact that they were tag partners. Also, people shit on Jade, like in ring wise. I don't think. Having said that, people shit on Jade. I've never seen anyone shit on her for the presentation, the mic skills. So,
Yeah.
like, if you want to shit on her for her in ring, she's learning. Like,
Yeah.
the girl's a superstar. All right. I think Bianca is the girl that can get her a phenomenal match. So I really like the idea of Jade has everything to be a star. Let's give her that match that solidifies her as a star, and Bianca's who will help her achieve that. When Elimination Chamber got announced for Chicago, I was like, oh, they're gonna fucking let CM Punk win that. He has to overcome the odds to get his WrestleMania main event. Last year's was lame as fuck. This random ass triple threat. He did a call on a favor. It was corny. Shout out to John Moxley, because we're about to get the Rocky storyline. Even though I've never seen that movie, they're gonna run it back where Breaker beats the fuck out of Punk on Raw, and Punk has to overcome the odds, winning the Chamber. Logan Paul, Bronson Reed in the Chamber match. And he's like, hey, Ron, I'm coming back to get mine. And he gets a WrestleMania moment, a WrestleMania main event, a true one, where he overcomes the odds and beats Breaker. And then we get Reigns and Cody again. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I really like your idea better. But I just think that we are getting the Rocky storyline with Braun and CM Punk.
Yeah, I have the same thing pretty much, but I see a big moment for Punk in Chicago at Elimination Chamber, but I see him choosing his Royal Rumble cash in, if you want to call it that, for that event. So I see him winning that title back in the Elimination Chamber, and then that's how we get the triple threat. So we still kind of have the same idea for Punk. The big moment in Chicago, it's just tweaked a little bit.
At the end of the year, we have Money in the Bank now. So who do you see winning Money in the Bank?
For the women's side, I went with Bianca Belair. That's kind of the one accolade she doesn't have in her WWE career, so I think that it'd be a good thing for her, and she'd be kind of a threat for whoever has either title. So I think that'd be cool. For the men's side, I went with Dirty Dom. I think that like early 2027, I think he's going to be primed to be the WWE or World Heavyweight Champion, if not the face of the whole company. So, and I think I would love to see what he does with the Money in the Bank briefcase, like hesitating to cash in, fake cash ins, using El Grande Americano, using the Judgment Day.
What design he goes with for it.
Yeah, does Ray kind of haunt him and interfere every time he cashes in, things like that. So I think they could do a lot of cool stuff with Dom and the briefcase.
Yes, for me, the men's winner is Dom. I think the moment that they pushed it back to September, that kind of solidified to me that like, oh, they're trying to buy time for Dom to get more reps, more screen time, just more experience for a world title run. For the women, Roxanne Perez, I think it's a way to make Judgment Day look strong and interesting still. Like, they've been teasing that Roxanne and Dom and then Liv, all this, blah, blah, blah. Also, I think Roxanne Perez is amazing. Like, I think that WWE is they're not going to drop the ball with her. And like Dom, they're going to make sure she's ready for when the run happens. And her and Dom, both with the briefcases, that's probably more powerful for Judgment Day than when they were powerful with Priest with the world title or Rhea with her world title. Those two young guns with the briefcase, after they probably just did some shit to Liv Morgan, I'm not booking the turn,
Yeah.
but obviously I think that it leads to Roxanne and Liv kicking Liv out, Roxanne and Dom running Judgment Day. That's where I'm going with it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. You could go the other way too. You could have Liv take the Judgment Day back over and they kick Roxanne out because now they don't need her. She was just a replacement, and you get a face Roxanne haunting Liv with the briefcase. So
dude, that would be a swerve too, because everyone thinks that Dom's just gonna go to Roxanne, but if they did that,
yeah,
that would be a huge babyface push.
yeah, and I think Roxanne would be a better babyface than Liv. Liv just kind of looks like a bitch. I don't know if that's appropriate to say, but I don't know if she could pull off a babyface.
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't think this whole time I just always kind of assumed that Roxanne would be heel and Liv's going to be face. I think most people assume that, but like whenever they think you're gonna sig, you should sag. All right, in the comments, let us know your picks for this season of WWE. Who do you see winning the Royal Rumble? Who do you see winning Elimination Chamber? What are the world title matches at WrestleMania going to look like? And who wins Money in the Bank this year?
That's another round of Two Views Wrestling.